Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about delayed movies. Yeah, movies. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard that word for a long time. The thing that you watch when you go to theaters with your families or friends. Yeah, that thing. Now it's clear that movies aren't really an important thing at the very moment. I mean, they're slowly getting released, but in some countries, movies are still not ready to be released and shown to the public yet, because of obviously the pandemic and other different global issues, of course. And it's understandable. I mean, it's not really a must priority or an essential at the very moment, at least. But in the midst of all this pandemic and everything, obviously we find our own ways to entertain ourselves. We have Netflix and Disney Plus, and we have some movies that got released there and some Netflix original series as well. So in the form of entertainment, other options are still available. I'm always a big fan of movies. I just like the whole work and effort that goes through to put out a movie, and it's always an exciting thing. You want to check out the most exciting stories out there. You want to see what's the latest new concept in any genre of movie, and I like that. I like to explore those stuff. And I had a lot of lists of movies to watch for this year, and unfortunately stuff happened and it got delayed. It didn't really planned out well. Obviously you guys would probably also forget some of the movies that you might also want to watch for this year. You had expected to watch this, but unfortunately couldn't, and it got delayed and you also forgot. So I thought I should do a video of some movies that I found exciting to watch and some movies that I was expecting to watch in theaters. So I thought I should take all of these movies that I found exciting and put them in the video and basically just say when they are coming out. And that will give a general idea of what kind of movies are out there and what kind of movies that are about to come out anytime soon, even though there might be a chance they might get delayed. But it will at least give you more insights on other movies that are quite underrated, to be honest. But before we get into that section of movies, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications on. Share to your friends or families if you like my content. Thank you very much. So for the first movie that I was really expecting to watch was Black Widow. Now, if you don't know who is Black Widow, I don't know, man. I don't know. So obviously Black Widow is the superhero that is in the Avengers and the whole Marvel series, and she's a Marvel superhero character. And even though she doesn't have a wow power, she still has an interesting backstory on how she became the superhero she is, and that's the thing that excites me the most. And I was really looking forward to a Black Widow film because I really wanted to know more about the story, because it's really exciting, it's really intriguing for me. And it was said to be coming out at April itself, so yeah, it got a massive delay, and currently the release date is November 6, 2020. November 6, Black Widow might come out. And again, I'm just saying it might get delayed again. The next film on my list is No Time to Die. It's the next James Bond film. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of James Bond. I'm not a big fan of his films, but the style of his films, it's always the most exciting part. It's an action film at the end of the day. It's more related to spy stuff. Yeah, so No Time to Die is the next James Bond film that was set to come out at April, somewhere around April, but unfortunately it got delayed, and the new release date is literally the same date, or the same month to be honest, as Black Widow. It's the same month. It's November. Now the next film I was very excited to just watch. It was something that really excited me because it was a new concept. Like, it was a movie based on a very, very interesting concept, and the trailer got released and I was expecting to watch that. It was none other than Mr. Ryan Reynolds. His film called Free Guy. At one point it took off and everyone was like, I'm gonna watch that film, I'm gonna watch that film, and then now no one remembers about it. If you watch the trailer, you'll get the whole point of it. I'm not gonna spoil it or anything, but you can just go and watch the trailer. It's gonna be comedy but in a very different concept. You'll get it if you watch the trailer. That's all I'm saying. Now, Free Guy was set to be released on July, but it got delayed as usual. That's why this video is here, and that's why the movie is in here. It got delayed to December. So for those of you guys who really want to watch Free Guy, well, you gotta wait until December. Now, the next film that I was really excited to watch was Dune. If you don't know what is this film about or anything about this film, there is a trailer for it, and I watched the trailer, and that's how I got to know about it. It had a very, very bizarre world surrounding it. The whole trailer was very bizarre. Like, it's a movie in a very unique land, world. Suppose it's some alienated world or something, but I don't know. But it had a unique style to it. It was very bizarre, and it's very exciting at the same time. Now, Dune is set to be released on December, somewhere around the same time as Free Guy. For those of you who don't know where am I getting all of these release dates, I'm not some leaker or some shit like that. I'm using a reference from cnet.com. I'll give a link in the description. You guys can go and check out there. They have a shit ton of movies updated, movies that got delayed for 2020 or to 2021. There are a shit ton of movies there. You guys can go and check it out and find your taste of music and find the latest news about it and when it's gonna come out. Not all the movies in the website is in this video, so this video is just focusing on movies that I find really interesting and I would really like to watch. The next film I have on my list is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, if you don't know, Wonder Woman 1984 is the next film or the sequel to the first Wonder Woman. Now, I don't know exactly where the timeline is going to place right here because it's all confusing. But all I can say is I'm very interested in watching the next chapter of the whole DC universe thing. Now, obviously, DC universe are also trying their best to do something like what Marvel is doing as well. But they definitely didn't really prepare for it, I should say, with the previous films that they have. But that doesn't mean that I'm not excited for it. I really want them to see how they can push forward this whole series and just put in a lot of their characters inside live action films, and it's stuff like that that I'm very excited about from DC. Their previous films, they got released and it was all over the place. It wasn't really direct and you couldn't really stay in touch with each film, and that's the part that is bugging me a lot. But I'm still hoping for DC to nail the whole universe thing, and that makes me quite interested about the upcoming DC films. So not only Wonder Woman, but also the next Suicide Squad films and even the Batman film as well. I'm pretty excited about what are their next plans. Now, Wonder Woman is also going to be released in December. Based on this reference right here, apparently it's December during Christmas. And if you Wonder Woman fans out there, you got your hit at Christmas. Now, the next film that I was very excited to watch was Candyman. Now, I knew this film was gonna come out this year, months ago, and I was looking forward for this film because it's written and directed by the same guy who did Get Out and Us, which was obviously Jordan Peele. And I didn't really like Us a lot. It wasn't really great. The concept was nice, but it wasn't really a nice film. But I really loved Get Out. Get Out was a good film, and that's why it makes me excited for Candyman. Jordan Peele has a very interesting taste towards horror, and I think he would definitely have an interesting concept moving forward with Candyman, and that's what's making me excited. Now, the next film that I have on my list is none other than Eternals. Now, Eternals was the next section for the Marvel universe. You know how the Eternals was said to be continuing that whole Marvel phase thing going forward, and I was a little bit skeptical. That wasn't the word. I was pretty skeptical about this film because I don't know how Marvel is gonna just nail it with Eternals, because they did so much with Avengers, and knowing that the characters are now splitting up and they are not there anymore, and probably wouldn't get to see majority of the characters that you probably liked, the whole Avengers saga and everything. It's gonna be hard for them to pick up attention with this film, but I'm really excited for it because it has a huge cast, and second, it's a superhero film at the end of the day, so it's exciting. Now, Eternals was again set to be released this year but got delayed to next year. Now the next film that I'm very excited about is Morbius, which is another superhero adaptation film. Morbius was somewhat related to the whole Spider-Man universe and everything. And the trailer got released months ago. It got released and it got me excited because it's gonna link up with Spider-Man and all of that. That whole Spider-Man universe that we thought probably gonna just be very well executed with Morbius. And it should be released this year, but it got pushed to 2021. Starring Jared Leto as well. He's probably tired of his old Joker thing in Suicide Squad. That's why he shifted to Marvel. Now the next film I have is an absolute banger. You know, it's a film that is not just about heavy-duty cars, but also about family. It's the vital and the most important part for family. And that's what this film is all about. The whole series, the whole franchise, as they call it, it's about family, man. Now, if you don't know what film am I talking about, it's none other than Fast and Furious 9, which at this point, I don't know. Why is it even in this list? It's a running joke at the moment right now with this whole Fast and Furious series. They should have just ended at 5, but they're still going forward with 6, 7, 8 and then now 9. Probably they're gonna hit 10 because why not? I mean, you went for 9, you might as well go for 10, right? Now Fast and Furious 9, I don't know what to expect of this film. It's gonna be the same style of films, same set of characters, and based on a recent news apparently, one of the co-stars from Fast and Furious 9 said that the whole film is going to take place in space. Now I don't know whether it's the whole film or part of the film, but even if it's a part of the film, why? I don't know what they're going to do in space. I don't know. Are they on that level of wanted like never before, and they have only one option is to leave the planet and just settle a tent on moon? The directors probably just gave up. They just don't know where to go for and how to make it as epic as the others were, so they decided, you know what, we're gonna make these guys race with rockets. We're gonna make these guys ride rockets, race around, and just throw money in space. Now Fast and Furious 9, for those F9 or Vin Diesel fans out there, you're getting your movie next year. The next film I have on my list is another horror film, and it's a sequel to A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place 2. Now if you don't know A Quiet Place, I suggest you go and watch that. It's a very interesting concept, you know. The monsters just hear sound and you should be quiet all the time, and they thought out very well about how to, you know, navigate the whole situation. It introduced that level of concept that is very interesting, and it came to a horror genre which is always welcomed. Yeah, it's gonna carry the same level of hype to its next film, A Quiet Place 2, which I'm really excited to see where the rest of the family are gonna go. And if you haven't watched A Quiet Place, you probably wouldn't know what happened at the very end. So I suggest you go and watch that first. Now A Quiet Place 2 is set to be released in 2021 apparently, which is kind of sad because I wish it was right now, because it would be very nice to watch it. The thrill of it, the whole tension around it, it will be very nice. Now the next film I'm not that excited about, but it kind of lost its hype a little bit, but I'm still waiting for this film because I really want to watch it still, and that is none other than Venom 2. Now Venom 2 is going to feature Carnage, which you don't know in the Marvel comics. There's this one villain by the name of Carnage. Before this movie ever got announced or ever got shown to the public, the trailers and the teasers and everything, but I was always hoping them to show Carnage in any of the Spider-Man films, and to see Carnage coming to this film, I'm very excited. I really want to see the adaptation of Carnage and how they portray him in films, and I just want to see his whole character in place. And Venom 2 was set to be released this year as well, but it got delayed to next year. Now the next film that I have is none other than The Batman, which they have already released the trailer for it. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you go and watch that. It was really amazing. It set the very tone that Batman needs, the whole dark and dreary painting of his whole character. And they did it very well with the trailer, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do the same thing with the movie. And I don't know whether this Batman is gonna cross over with the Justice League or anything like that. You know, this Batman is really interesting, and I can't wait to watch it. You know, he's gonna be like a detective, and it's gonna show a lot of hints at other villains that we haven't seen, like the Riddler, probably another version of Penguin. Now, this Batman film is supposed to be releasing next year. That's basically all the movies that I was really hoping to watch this year, and unfortunately all of them just got delayed, and it's understandable why. I'm just waiting for all of these films to come out so that I can actually enjoy watching them. So if you like all the updates and if you like this video, smash that like button and also do subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and do let me know in the comments below what films are you waiting for the next couple of months or anything, and what is the most anticipated movie of yours that you really want to see. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.